Well, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on which part of the country you're joining us from. Coach Kevin Sparks here, and let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to do is go ahead and share my screen with you, point out a couple of things. Um, see, here we go. Screen share is coming up. Awesome. Okay, first thing I'd like to point out is that we have a Facebook group that goes together with our meetup group. It's called Live Law of Attraction Money, Wealth, and Success Training, same way that the meetup group is called. And when you go into your own Facebook profile, just look where it says search Facebook somewhere. And where it says search Facebook, type in Live Law of Attraction Money, Wealth, and Success Training, and you'll find us. The other way you can find us is you can go directly to facebook.com/groups/money manifesting coach as one word. I'll repeat that. It's facebook.com/groups, plural, /money manifesting coach as one word. So we invite you to come join us. The reasons to join us, number one is, as long as I remember to hit the record button, which I typically do, we take these these Zoom meetings that we have Monday through Friday, and typically within 24 to 48 hours of the meeting, it will be posted into the Facebook group. So for instance, let's say you're with us today and you like what we're going through and you want to review it again, you can come back into the Facebook group and you can review the video, which is awesome. The other thing is, let's say, for instance, we're in the process of going through some material and it's taking multiple days to get through that material. Sometimes we're going to go through things that just take a day. Sometimes, though, we are going to go through things that take multiple days. And let's say you're with us Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, but for some reason you're not able to make it on Thursday, but you're back on Friday. Well, you can come back into the Facebook group and review the video that you missed, okay? Or the session that you missed on video. It's also another place where you can interact with us outside of the 45 minutes or so we have together each day. So I wanted to point that out. The next thing I want to point out to you is what we are in the process of studying right now. Let's see if I can get this to pop up for us really quick here. Please, there we go. So we are in the process of going through a book right now. We're actually coming close to the end of it. We've gone through quite a bit. We've been going now for just a little over 2 weeks. We're at like the 2.5-week mark of this group working together and studying together. If this is your first time with us, don't worry. One, again, you got the old recordings. The other is I'm going to tell you how to get your own free copy of what we're going through right now. And we're going through a book called The Science of Getting Rich. It was written by Wallace D. Wattles, and it was originally published in 1910. So it is an older book, okay? And a very powerful book. I'll tell you why in just a couple moments here. But I want to tell you how to get a free copy of it. I happen to own it as a paperback copy. I own it on Audible. I own it on Kindle. I even own a whole seminar based around it with a lot of additional material. Because I am a law of attraction coach, I was originally trained by a gentleman by the name of Bob Proctor. Don't know if you've heard of Bob Proctor or not, but Bob Proctor, if you haven't, he's written a book called You're Born Rich, but he's heavily highlighted in both a movie and a book called The Secret. So maybe you've heard of The Secret. If you've heard of The Secret, then you may or may not know the name of the person who's the creator, but that person, her name is Rhonda Byrne. And I'm going to show you where I got the free copy of this and how to get it yourself, because I got it on Rhonda Byrne's website, okay? All I did was I typed in Science of Getting Rich PDF into Google, and organically what came up for me, top of the list, was this right here. The Science of Getting Rich dash, and then it says The Secret, and I looked and saw the website, thesecret.tv, and I recognized that website because I knew it belonged to Rhonda Byrne. Again, she is the creator of both the movie and the book The Secret, And my personal trainer and mentor, Bob Proctor, is highlighted heavily in both of those things. And he has works of his own. Anyhow, Science of Getting Rich was given to Rhonda Byrne by her daughter. By the way, all you do is you click on this link right here, and it's going to bring us back to where we were, hopefully. It should. So when you click on the link, it'll just download for you. Or I say download, it'll open up for you. If you want to save it as a download for yourself, all you have to do is go to your own download function and you can save it onto your device. Anyhow, let me get back to the page where we left off so I remember that. For where we're starting today, I'm going to blow it up bigger so it's easier for you guys to follow along and see on the screen. There you go. Rhonda Byrne was given this book by her daughter, and this was at a time where Rhonda's business wasn't going well. Her relationships were falling apart. Everything was just kind of not working for Rhonda. Not sure how her daughter got a hold of it, but she did, gave it to her mom with a little note that said, I think this will help. Rhonda went ahead and read the book. This was her introduction to the law of attraction. And she was so excited about what she read, and it was such life-changing material for herself, that she started studying the law of attraction and finding out that people have known about this. And that's when she decided to actually use the law of attraction, to use The Secret, to create both the movie and the book The Secret. So if it wasn't for the Science of Getting Rich, we wouldn't have The Secret out there today for us in movie and book form. So it had a huge impact on Rhonda's life. Myself personally, I originally, back in early 2006, this book was shared with me, and I went to a seminar taught by one of Bob Proctor's coaches and facilitators, and for a 3-day long seminar. And then afterwards got some additional training and coaching, and it totally turned my life around too. With that additional training and coaching, I went from having a job, like most people. I worked between 50 and 60 hours a week. That was typical. And I earned between $5,000 to $6,000 a month. Well, by the time March 31st had rolled around, so that's not very long after mid-February, I had actually quit my job. I took the month of April off for a vacation, essentially. And from May through the end of the year, some magnificent things happened. First of all, my income multiplied significantly into a nice 6-figure income. And even more importantly, I was working 50 to 60 hours a week before. Now I found myself only working 15 to 20 hours a week to have an income that was significantly higher than the $5,000 to $6,000 a month I'd previously been earning. So I'm sharing that with you to let you know that yes, it was more than just the book, just like for Rhonda, but it was the jumping off point for me personally, this book, that made such a huge difference in my life. So that's why I've decided to use it as kind of the opening training things that we've been going through for the last couple of weeks, because I have definitely additional material to share with you and things to share with you. But the impact potential of this particular book is so big, particularly when it comes to the ability to increase your income and increase your wealth, that again, I feel it's a good starting point, and I really, really want you to take it seriously and pay attention and absorb what's going on. Also, I'm here to help you understand it as we go through it. So if you've downloaded your own copy, you can go to where it's up here where it says 60 and go to page 60 and find yourself on the same chapter that we're on. Or you could follow along and go get it later because I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. I'm just going to start reading where we left off, again, adding commentary where I think it's appropriate and helpful to help you guys understand what's going on. However, what we also do is we're going to have some time for interaction today. We like to leave between 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, towards the end of what we're doing, for you guys to share anything that you would like to share and to ask whatever questions you would like to ask. So we're going to go ahead and read to a certain point, and we're going to stop, and then we're going to come out of screen share, and then we're going to have the opportunity to have that interaction with each other. Okay, let me get a sip of water and we'll get rolling. Getting into the right business. Success in any particular business depends, for one thing, upon your possessing in a well-developed state the faculties required in that business. Without good musical faculty, no one can succeed as a teacher of music. Without well-developed mechanical faculties, no one can achieve great success in any of the mechanical trades. Without tact and the commercial faculties, no one can succeed in mercantile pursuits. But to possess in a well-developed state the faculties required in your particular vocation does not ensure getting rich. There are musicians who have remarkable talent and who yet remain poor. There are blacksmiths, carpenters, and so on who have excellent mechanical ability, but who do not get rich. And there are merchants with good faculties for dealing with men who nevertheless fail. The different faculties are tools. It is essential to have good tools, but it is also essential that essential that the tools should be used in the right way. One man can take a sharp saw, a square, a good plane, and so on, and build a handsome article of furniture. Another man can take the same tools and set to work to duplicate the article, but his production will be a botch. He does not know how to use good tools in a successful way. The various faculties of your mind are the tools with which you must do the work, which is to make you rich. Okay, let me repeat this. The various faculties of your mind, and there are several, are the tools with which you must do the work, which is to make you rich. Okay, and we'll go through, he's not going to get a lot into that right now in this particular book, okay? But I have additional material that goes over the faculties that we'll go through at some point. It will be easier for you to succeed if you get into a business for which you are well equipped with mental tools. Generally speaking, you will do best in a business which will use your strongest faculties, the one for which you're naturally best fitted. But there are limitations to this statement also. No man should regard his vocation as being irrevocably fixed by the tendencies with which he is born. You can get rich in any business, for if you have not the right talent, you can develop that talent. It merely means that you'll have to make your tools as you go along instead of confining yourself to the use of those with which you were born. It will be easier for you to succeed in a vocation for which you already have the talents in a well-developed state. But you can succeed in any vocation, for you can develop any rudimentary talent, and there is no talent of which you have not at least the rudiment. You will get rich most easily, in point of fact, if you do that for which you are best fitted. But you will get rich most satisfactorily if you do that which you want to do. Doing what you want to do is life. There is no real satisfaction in living if we're compelled to be forever doing something which we do not like to do and can never do that we want to do, or we can never do what we want to do. And it is certain that you can do what you want to do. And here's how you know this, okay? This comes to you from God in the universe. The desire, that's coming to you from God in the universe. The desire to do is proof that you have within you the power which can do it. I'm going to repeat that again, okay? The desire, and those are promptings that come from God in the universe, to do is proof that you have within you the power which can do it. Desire is manifestation of power. It's proof that you have the power. The desire to play music is the power which can play music, seeking expression and development. The desire to invent mechanical devices is the mechanical talent seeking expression and development. Where there is no power, either developed or undeveloped, to do a thing, there's never any desire to do that thing. So let me repeat that. Where there is no power, either developed or undeveloped, to do a thing, there's never any desire to do that thing. And where there is strong desire to do a thing, it is certain proof that the power to do it is strong and only requires to be developed and applied in the right way. What is the right way? We've talked about this. A certain way is another way of saying it, but it's following the laws that govern the universe in relationship to bringing you what you want. And it's in getting your subconscious mind programmed to work with you instead of against you. All things else being equal, it is best to select the business for which you have the best developed talent. Again, all things being equal, if you have an equal desire to do more than one thing, all things else being equal, it's best to select the business for which you have the best developed talent. But if you have a strong desire to engage in any particular line of work, you should select that work as the ultimate end at which you aim. You can do what you want to do, and it is your right and privilege to follow the business or avocation which will be most congenial and pleasant. Okay, let me repeat this. You can do what you want to do, and it is your right and privilege to follow the business or avocation which will be most congenial and pleasant. You're not obliged to do what you do not like to do and should not do it except as a means to bring you to the doing of the thing you want to do. Okay? If there are past mistakes whose consequences have placed you in an undesirable business or environment, you may be obliged for some time to do what you do not like to do. But you can make the doing of it pleasant by knowing that it is making it possible for you to come to the doing of what you want to do. If you feel you're not in the right vocation, do not act too hastily and try to get into another one. The best way generally to change business and environment is by growth. Do not be afraid to make a sudden and radical change if the opportunity is presented. And here's the most important part. You need to feel this through your intuition, inspiration, and revelation. And if you feel after careful consideration, and you feel that prompting through, again, inspiration, intuition, revelation, that it is the right opportunity, but never take sudden or radical action when you're in doubt as to the wisdom of doing so. So you will be prompted to do so when you learn how to do things in a certain way and you start obeying the laws and you get your subconscious mind reprogrammed. There is never any hurry on the creative plane, and there is no lack of opportunity. When you get out of the competitive mind, you will understand that you never need to act hastily. No one's going to beat you to the thing you want to do. There's enough for all. If one space is taken, another and a better one will be open for you a little further on. There is plenty of time. When you are in doubt, wait. Fall back on the contemplation of your vision. Now, Wallace Wattles is already trained on this, so please get your own copy of the book and get caught up, or watch the videos in our Facebook group and get caught up. Fall back on the contemplation of your vision, which is the life that you want to live. It's how you want things to truly be. And increase your faith and purpose. And by all means, in times of doubt and indecision, cultivate gratitude. Okay? This will help bring you back in touch with God and the universe, and it'll help remove the fear and increase your faith when you cultivate gratitude. Matter of fact, a day or two spent in contemplating the vision of what you want and in earnest thanksgiving that you are getting it will bring your mind into such close relationship with the Supreme, with God and the universe, that you will make no mistake when you do act, because you will be doing it through inspiration, intuition, and revelation. There is a mind which knows all there is to know, and you can come into close unity with this mind by faith and the purpose to advance in life if you have deep gratitude. Mistakes come from acting hastily, or from acting in fear or doubt, or in forgetfulness of the right motive, which is more life to all and less to none. It's because we become competitors again instead of creators. Let me repeat, mistakes come from acting hastily, or from acting in fear or doubt, or in forgetfulness of the right motive, which is more life to all and less to none. As you go on in the certain way, opportunities will come to you in increasing number. And hold on, here we go. Um, and you will need to be very steady in your faith and purpose and keep in close touch with the all mind by reverent gratitude. So let me read this again, then give a little explanation here. As you go on in the certain way, so you are living, following the laws of the universe correctly, and you are getting your subconscious mind reprogrammed to help you instead of fight against you. And I promise you right now, your subconscious mind is mostly fighting against you because of its conditioning and programming. Opportunities will come to you in increasing number. All kinds of opportunities are going to show up. That doesn't mean you're supposed to take advantage of all of them, though. But you will be in the habit now of attracting opportunities like crazy. It's going to happen. Then you're going to need to know how to filter through which ones are the right ones for you, because it's probably, it could be one, it could be multiple streams of income, multiple channels of income to come your way, multiple ways in which you can receive the lifestyle that you want. So they're going to come to you in increasing number. So, and you will need to be very steady in your faith and purpose, and to keep in close touch with the all mind, the God in the universe, by reverent gratitude, so that you can continue to be inspired, so that you can receive that inspiration, intuition, revelation to know which of those opportunities to take advantage of and how to do so. Do all that you can do in a perfect manner every day, but do it without haste, worry, or fear. Go as fast as you can, but never hurry. All this sounds contradictory, sort of, doesn't it? But it's not. So do all you can in a perfect manner every day. Well, if we're imperfect, how can we do things in a perfect manner? If we stay connected with God in the universe energetically through the right vibrations, through having the right attitude, for having the right thoughts and the right feelings, we stay connected so they can guide us to do the right things. And that's how we'll do it perfectly. We won't do it with haste, worry, or fear when we're connected to God in the universe. And we can keep moving along and go at a pretty good pace, but we don't need to rush, okay? You don't never hurry. Remember that in the moment you begin to hurry, you cease to be a creator and become a competitor. You drop back upon the old plane again. Whenever you find yourself hurrying, call a halt. Fix your attention on the mental image of the thing you want and begin to give thanks that you're getting it. The exercise of gratitude will never fail to strengthen your faith and renew your purpose. Let me repeat this. And there is a chapter in here on gratitude and how to go about it that we went through earlier. The exercise of gratitude will never fail to strengthen your faith and renew your purpose. All right. This is going to be cool. Impression of increase. We are going, though, to hold off on this one till tomorrow. So we're going to come out of screen share at this point. And hey, some more of you joined us since we got started. Good to have you here with us. And awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, see some friendly, familiar faces. Can't tell for sure if there's anybody who's not been with us before at all. Looks like everybody's been with us at least once. Therefore, to save a little bit of time, I won't go into a long explanation. This is your opportunity to share whatever you would like to share in relationship to the material we studied today or in the past. Particularly, what would be awesome for you to share is if you've set the intention to manifest something in your life and you have done so and it has happened successfully for you, please share your cool stories. It helps everybody and it helps increase everybody's belief and faith that the process actually works. So it would be awesome to share those things. Questions. What are the appropriate questions to share? Well, I would say that anything in relationship to what we just went through today would be awesome, or anything that we've gone through over the past 2.5 weeks or so. The other thing that would be totally appropriate to ask is in relationship to manifesting more money and wealth in your life. So myself personally, I think, again, you guys all know this, but my current profession, I've been a business owner, entrepreneur, and a lot of things, but I've been trained by Bob Proctor and his team to be a coach and a facilitator for the law of attraction. And I'm actually independent now, still connected with those guys, still friends with many of them, just have a slightly different teaching style, which I like to go about. And we're all attracted to different people and different styles anyway. But I do coach people. I coach people one-on-one. They usually pay me 20 grand or more for about 6 months. I coach people in a group setting. Usually that's 5 grand or more for about 6 months. And then I also help people really get a quick start. I have kind of a quick start program that's inexpensive. That's $1,000 and helps people get jump right out of the chute. Instead of sitting around meandering around forever, that's $1,000. So the reason I'm sharing this is to let you know that people actually pay me to help them. Okay. And that's, so I'm used to that. So if you have the opportunity to share and ask questions, instead of being silent and shy, it's probably to your best benefit to come off of mute and share what you want to share and ask whatever questions you want to ask versus having dead silent time. So take off your shyness mask, okay? And if you have something you'd like to share or a question you would like to ask, go ahead and come off mute and go for it. Start sharing what you'd like to share. Wow, everybody's learned everything.
Kevin, I have a question.
Yes.
I'm wondering, so there's this voiceover challenge going on that's for like the best, like with my voiceover class studio plays, it's for the best original character monologue, another challenge for most creative recording booth photo, and like a voice matching challenge to win free voiceover classes.
Okay.
And they'll be judged Friday night on Zoom with a bunch of other people in the business. And I've been working on my monologue, so I'm definitely entering that challenge and contemplating on entering the other 2 challenges. So I have to post it no later than tomorrow morning. And I'm just wondering, is there anything else that I can do to increase my chances and make my monologue and my submissions better? Do I visualize winning? Do I visualize doing my
Well,
best?
you just said, yeah, visualize winning.
Okay.
And I get it. You know, we talk, especially Science of Getting Rich, not competition, but I totally get that. This is a different scenario where you're not trying, you're using your own creativity. You're not trying to cut anybody's legs out from underneath them, right? So it's totally fine in a scenario like this where there's multiple people vying for a part or whatever. As long as you're not looking at it as I win, you lose, but you're just saying, I'm going to do my very best. And somebody there is going to be impressed with me and like what I do. That's why I'm winning, not because I'm, chopping other people down again at the knees and trying to prove a point that I'm better than everybody, as much as you're just bringing out the best you are. And your vibration will be so high also that people, not only will you do a good job, there will be a natural attraction that they might vote for you. There might be 2 people, you and somebody else, that are very close, right? But they'll vote for you and they won't 100% know why, other than they want to. Okay. So not because you weren't good, you were definitely good to be, maybe with one of those top 2 or 3 choices that they're trying to juggle, but there'll be something about you because you utilize the law of attraction and you visualized yourself winning and being congratulated and having that opportunity. Matter of fact, if you're trying to, if there's multiple things that they're offering as prizes, and there's one of those that you actually would like to win, picture yourself getting that one, regardless of what place you place first, second, third, or whatever. Whatever it is that you want, picture yourself being handed the prize, right? Not only were you brought up on, and I get it, this is probably going to be virtual, right? But whatever their version of a stage is, and whatever their version of handing out the prize is going to be, whether it's people clapping on Zoom or whether it's live, just, yeah, get into that feeling, because that feeling of you winning will produce within you already at a subconscious level. You already know how to be the best voiceover person on the planet, as well as everybody else, meaning it's already built within you to be the best. You just need to see yourself winning so that the best you have will come out.
That's so helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome, welcome. Anybody else? Anything you want to share? Any questions that you got? Wow. Am I scary? Well, if nobody has anything to share or questions to ask, I'm okay with ending. I guess you guys understand all this.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Okay, we'll go with whoever E Hall is, and then whoever was right after.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, you remember Everett?
Hey, buddy. Haven't seen you in
Hey,
a while. How's it going?
I know. Everything's pretty good.
Good, good.
What can I say for an update? Everything's going pretty good. I guess I got my first assignment contract, so I guess I'm still doing good. Some things I probably wasn't doing before, so I'm still having progress. I guess my only feel, I guess I need some help or a question. I guess people. It seems like I'm doing better myself because I learned how to do a lot of things myself. And I tend to depend on people like for like property acquisitions. It's like a lot of people say they do business, and then when you really get to the grind to it, it's like I'm having trouble picking or trusting certain deals. So I'm trying to get past that. I don't know if
Are you trusting the deal, or are you talking about people that work together with you in your company?
People to work together. You will send a deal out or a referral deal. People won't get back with you or say they're doing this, and it seems like I'm not able to weed it out. I just had a contract, which may go good. My business partner who went in with me decided she wanted to buy it. But what's kind of crazy was we actually going in to do business, so then she wanted to, do the deal because she thought it was a good price for it and everything. Only bad thing she did was she never wanted to send me the picture so we can get a backup. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of, I just somehow got to do better with in that category. And I try to do the mental picture, and it's just kind of like a little fog there, basically.
Okay, so if you were to sum up in kind of short, you're confident in your own personal ability. Yes or no?
Say that. Repeat that. So
okay, so I'm breaking this down a little bit. You yourself, as far as it's real estate investing, obviously. I mean, I'm saying that for everybody else's benefit because I know what you're talking about. Okay. And you're wholesaling, or are you fixing and flipping?
Wholesaling.
Okay. So have you, and I forget how long it's been, have you got multiple deals since we talked last, or is this like a first deal or second deal? Where are you at?
Well, I'm at 3. I got a person pretty close to purchasing a home under the real estate. I got 1 wholesale deal, and I got a guy today, unless, something changed. I'm trying to meet up with him and sign him under a listing. So I'm really starting to look at multiple. So that's very good.
Okay.
So I'm into multiple situations.
Okay. So currently, because you only have, it's not, you're not dealing with a lot of properties, at least in my mind just yet, right? I mean, because this is over somewhat of a period of time. So have you been paid on a deal yet?
No, I haven't paid on no deal yet. This is the
Okay,
closest
okay.
one I got under
Okay,
contract.
okay. So you got one under contract that you're intending to wholesale, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You've got one that you're looking at that you're going to flip hopefully to a listing because it doesn't make sense as a wholesale deal or they don't want it to be.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then what's the third one?
The third one is a young lady who's very motivated. She got like 200,000, and she's trying to get a house. So we put them in.
So
I'm
she
pretty
wants to
confident.
buy it. She wants to buy a house, or you're trying to buy their house?
She wants to buy a house in the Southfield area. So I'm like
Okay.
on the MLS looking for her.
Gotcha. So you got three clients. They're all different. Okay.
Yes, yes.
You got three
Well,
different kinds of clients. Okay. All right. So you got three transactions in the process, haven't been paid on one yet. And as far as getting people to do what, are you struggling for deals? Are you struggling for closing? All right. Because again, you got three different things going on right now, which is fine. Okay. You've attracted three opportunities. But because you have three opportunities right now and you haven't taken any of them across the goal line, I think it's kind of hard to judge how well you are or aren't doing with any of them in a certain sense. I mean, if you have a wholesale deal under contract and it's truly a good deal, I'm not talking strictly law of attraction now. I'm talking my own experience. Any wholesale deal that is truly a good deal out there, with the best wholesalers I know, they sell them within hours, sometimes a day or two. But if it's truly a good deal for the person who's going to buy it, as well as you, then they sell almost instantly. I don't care what part of the country you're in.
correct.
So if you're having trouble selling a particular deal, unfortunately, you're asking too much money for the deal, or there's something else about the deal that's scaring people. So if you've got this deal under contract, it should sell now, or you need to go renegotiate and get it even lower so that you can go sell it and get it gone. The person that wants to flip to a listing, okay, great. That one you don't know either because you haven't, maybe you have, I don't know, gave some kind of listing presentation, but obviously you have some rapport, so they'll probably choose you. If they don't choose you, then you got to wonder why about that. And then the other person, okay, they're a buyer, great. So what have you looked at and what have you put offers on? Are you getting beat out on the offers? And also, have they signed an agreement with you so they can't go use additional, other agents also? Do you have an agreement with them as being their buyer broker? But
You can't take it
but listening to you right now, I'm like, well, how much help could he actually possibly need? Because one of the things, you either need help of mentorship, okay, of somebody taking you through these transactions once or twice so you have a comfort level with it. But you don't need staff type help just yet because you don't even have that much going on. Or I'm totally missing something because you got like a million leads coming in right now and you can't get to them.
Yeah, about 220. I got 220. I realized when you deal with a lot of people who show interest, it's like really keeping in touch with them. I didn't realize what it actually took before. I thought I was just like doggone there.
Mm-hmm. You hit your mute button.
In touch because you're doing with their house. So I'm really to start looking at videos and start to grow more to actually. I'm not saying be more of a salesman, but I think I'm close at this moment. But it was a journey.
Sure.
But yeah, everything is coming together. But it has been a journey.
Sure.
And even dealing with the wholesale, I don't, like I say, I don't have a mentor, so I'm winging it. So when I'm going to situations, I'm, winging it. But I mean, it's seeming pretty good so far.
Okay. Now I won't get too deep. I was gonna go more heavily into coaching, but I don't want to go too deep right here, right now, Because I'd say, okay, how are you supporting yourself? How do you run your, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff I would take you through if you're a client. I'm not trying to hold back as much as like literally this conversation could go on for 30 minutes to an hour very easily. For me to, but once it's done, you'd be like, oh my gosh, okay, I have a lot better
Yeah.
idea what to do. So I'm not, again, not avoiding as much as I'm trying to be respectful of everybody. But if I were to take you to anything, and I've been reiterating it right now, I'm proud of you, first of all, for hanging in there. Okay.
Thank you.
Because like you said, right, don't get so focused on creating and working in your business. Don't get so busy working in your business that you don't take time on a daily basis to go visualize and meditate the lifestyle you actually want. Let me explain why I say it. There's lots of reasons why I say that, okay? But I'll give you very specific to people that are friends of mine. I haven't talked to them in a couple of years, but I saw them when they very first started in real estate as wholesalers. And when they hadn't even had a deal yet, all the way to when they were doing like, nearly 50 a month. And what ends up happening, I don't know where it's landed right now, but they built a business on purpose. They were making decent money. After a couple of years, they were making pretty good money, but the amount of time, effort, and energy that was going into what they were doing was actually burning them out, because they didn't create their business around the life they wanted to live. They chose the business because it's a way they thought they could make the most money at the time. So by the time they created their business, they recognized that, hey, I'm just like any other employee. If I want to go on vacation, it's even hard because they had to eventually try and train employees and staff and whatever so they could go on vacation to Hawaii for a week, right? So even though they had $20,000, $30,000 a month as income, they could have created it differently from the beginning if they had focused on lifestyle. Now, one of the things that's different right now between them and you is they weren't studying and learning about the law of attraction necessarily. So they just didn't know any better. But ultimately, if you sat down and talked to them about how they want life to be, it's like, well, I don't even want to live in this particular state. I'd rather live here. And, I would like to do this, this, and this, but they got so deep into their business that it's hard for them to pivot and actually change it because it's what they're used to. And now they've gotten used to a certain income level. But I can tell satisfaction wise, almost every time I saw, particularly it's a guy and gal, it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, that she complains a lot. They're blessed with some money and everything, but she's complaining because if she stops, the money stops. They didn't build their business in such a way that she could give herself time. So now they have more money than they've ever had. They're not millionaires or whatnot, but they have money, but they're literally working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And they feel like if they slow down, they're blowing leads. And if they're blowing leads, they're not making the money, and on and on and on. So what I recommend that you do before you get too deep into this is you can still be a wholesaler. You can turn into a fix and flip. You can become the super agent or whatever, but decide what you want your life to actually be like and let God and the universe develop the business around the lifestyle that you want. Don't forget to do that. Remember to do that is a better way for me to put it. Remember that that's what's more important than the nuts and bolts of the business you're in the process of learning right now.
Okay, definitely.
What
Thank
are your
you.
thoughts on what I just shared?
Hey, Aaron, definitely agree with it. And I think the business that I want is, like I say, have an acquisition person. And I'm just, like you say, going to continue to relax, sit back, like you say, enjoy the life. I definitely agree with it. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, you used the word earlier, grind. I know so many I don't know if you picked that up from every other wholesaler out there. Okay. But if the word in your mind is you got to grind, and that's exactly what this couple, especially her, Lisa's her name, man, the word grind, every time I saw her, almost that word came out of her mouth. I'm grinding. I got to grind. It's like I got to do this to build. And again, they were successful, and they are, and people look up to them. And, they're doing 50 some odd, whatever number of deals they're at right now is quite a bit. Okay. And actually, I don't think they're at 50 a month. Well, I don't know. They're probably more at around 20 something a month, though. That's for sure. But the point is, that's a lot of deals to go through in a year and to work on. And if you don't have, they didn't attract the people to help them with it as much. So they have to do most of the work. So partly what you're recognizing is attract, but I also think you're a little early too, in the sense of until you actually close some of these deals and put some money into Hip National Bank, you probably should go through the process from start to finish on these to learn the business itself. You should know how. You may not become the best at every aspect of the business, but you should at least get an understanding so that you can guide and direct and create the systems and processes for the people that are going to do the work for you in the future.
Definitely.
And if you've got a bunch of leads coming in and you got, let's say 200 leads or whatever, and they're good leads, I don't know if they're good, bad, or whatnot. But if you got 200 good leads that are coming in and you're only picking up 1 or 2 deals out of that, then you need to actually be, instead of having an assistant talk to them, you need to start having more conversations so that you start to recognize how to talk to these people and get them to, sign a contract with you. That's a skill. That was Lisa's skill, where her boyfriend's skill was more on they were doing a lot of wholesale, but they'd keep a couple to fix and flip. His skill was on the managing the contractors and stuff. So, but right now, from a wholesale perspective, you need to get good at talking to these people so that you could train other people on your staff to be good at it. Because if they're already good at it, they'll start their own business. That's what Lisa and Daniel ended up doing, is they worked with some other wholesalers, learned the business working together with them, and 3 years later decided to go on their own. And now they do just as well, if not better, than the other company did. So, but again, there's a learning curve for you that you're going through that I wouldn't try to avoid it. I would take it head on and learn it if I was you.
And I would say that's like a bullseye move that I realized in the middle. That's why I say I think it's good with your coaching program. And I've learned, and I've been under you for a good bit. So I already know how good I know your coaching program is, and that's what I'm definitely working toward right now. And like I said, I just gotta attract it. It's there for me. It should be easy to attract it. So I want to focus and get there. Because I do, like you said, when Mikhail said, we have really done good and we have progressed very good under you. So
awesome.
I just know that I'm definitely for it now. Hey, I missed you on the live conversation. So I am, like I say, I'm back, and I would like that more coaching program to go over the business aspect.
Yeah.
That we can really go over. We can, I said do it here, but it'll be a good program for me to get going. And I'm in the process of attracting it. So I'm looking for it any day. So I would definitely email you and keep updated the second something good goes.
Sounds good, my friend.
I
would even join the $1,000 one. It'll give you a boost. It'll give you kind of a shot out of the gate. So
that's all. Yeah.
Cool. Good to talk to you, Everett.
Good.
I just didn't recognize only the E.
So big E.
Good to have you.
E got bigger now.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else here have any thing they'd like to share, questions they'd like to ask? Okie dokie. Well,
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Katrina. You're welcome.
Yep, thank you. I look forward to continuing.
Awesome, awesome. All right, well, I will call it a day for today and look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow and next week. You all have an amazing day. Thank you so much.
You too. Bye.
Bye, thank you.